Hello, this is Crafty Nita, and I wanted to give you a tour of one of my doll houses. It's not completely finished. I wish it was on a cabinet that was on wheels, and then I could turn it around and work on the outside of it, the other side. And my door still needs to be attached. I do have some hinges here, and so I'm going to have to get that done. And there's a few other things that still need to be done. But I wanted to show you what I have so far. And basically I have a little story to tell you. Now this was Auntie Em's house, and she helped to raise Dorothy. And Dorothy is grown and gone. Auntie Em has decided to semi-retire. She lives in a small cottage in the back, so her mother-in-law's cottage. And she just felt that the stairs were a bit too much, and it was time for her to just pare down her own life. And her brother, baby brother Homer, he had gone off to college, and he was a crop researcher and lived in a larger town. And he married sweet Maureen, and she was a music teacher, and they were quite happy in their apartment. They had 2 dogs, one of them Jarvis there, one of those, and Penny, the poodle. Then they had a surprise baby later in life, Joni. Let me see if I can get you in here to see Joni. There we go. Now Joni is a very curious, active little girl. She loved the farm. They'd come quite often to visit, help out, and she loved animals. As you can see, she even has ducks for playing in the bathtub. It's got bubbles in there. She's been in a little boat down there. See the boat? And there's Auntie Em's cat. It's the only one that could still make it upstairs. And it goes back and forth between their room and her house, her little cottage. Anyway, they decided to move in. And the mom is still teaching piano lessons. And here's Bun Bun. Joni has her animals absolutely everywhere. Timmy is a little boy that lives next door. They go to school together, and one of these is his dog, and one of them is hers. Then there's Jasper down here. He's just a mutt that showed up. And then Mom has her cat here. A little tiger kitty. Anyway, I think I wanted to show you right here is some ruby red slippers under a dome there. We got a rooster on the roof. Anyway, it's been fun working on this one. Timmy, as I said, lives next door, and Dad, well, on his way home, picks up the kids from school, brings them out to the farm. Joni's supposed to be getting into her farm clothes so she can go help her dad in the barn. There's some surprises in the barn, and he didn't want to go out there yet today and get all the chores done, so he's waiting patiently as Timmy's dad will come and pick him up after he gets done working. He's working at the feed store. Timmy's taking a piano lesson because his mom insists, and then they will have their dinner. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving dinner. Have all kinds of food on the table, and you can see that the calendar is for November. And this wallpaper here is a freebie. I think it's Jennifer's. Free wallpaper printables, and I made that curtain out of a doll's bib, and that copper pan is just plastic. It's made from the bottom of some chocolates, a box of chocolates. I do have a button for a clock there. Now this is an old piece, but it was still out of scale, and I added some beads to the feet to make it a little taller. Made canisters out of beads, plates out of buttons. And those are Christmas lights to make little bottles. And pie was just dampened tissue, kind of paper mache inside of a button. And these are older style dollhouse furniture. Just tell the scale is kind of smaller. It's not 112, it's more like 118, 116, I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got a little push style puck light up here. Let me see if I can get this pressed in for you and give you a little more light in this room. And I made the little corner hut just cereal box cardboard. Added little bead planters, and maybe that was a cap of some sort. Anyway, you can see I've got beads there for the little containers and a button for a plate. Got tomatoes made out of beads on the windowsill. Now this house was in pretty sad shape and it needed quite a lot of work. Let me get this light on in here if I can. I never can remember where to push. And you can see there's a spot. All of the windows had yellowed, so I replaced those. I used, I can't remember, it was a tea light, kind of a little stained glass cover. It was plastic, and I put that on the top of the door and made curtains. And I made little purses. And this is just paper. Printed off things, little frames, free frames, and then stuck a picture in it. Printed off. This is another free printable site, and I don't remember which one it was, but they had music. And this was my first time to do stairs. I had to make the banisters. This was quite challenging for me. And I used just a ribbon. It was a headband I got from a thrift store and covered the stairs with it. This is like a salt or pepper shaker. Got their little sled back there. And some of those are just books I got from Hobby Lobby. Some of them are freebie book covers you can get online, and then I printed them off and covered cardboard. And made little pillows. And this is just a piece of knit that happened to match the color. And old furniture. I don't know if you can see there's a little radio back here too. That went with the set. See how cute as can be. Got a plate here for a little bowl on the table. And I was thinking, I had back here, yes, here it is, some tiny skates, little charms. I thought they were cute. So anyway, I used knit, polyester knit fabric to make a carpet. Thought that was very pretty. And it went pretty well with the free printable wallpaper that I put down as a flooring. And now upstairs, let me see if I can get these lights turned on. These are a little different. They got a flip light. And there we go. So now you can see into here a little bit. Again, it's old style furniture. I had gotten them from Facebook Marketplace. A lady was selling a whole box full. And she was local to me. So we met up and realized we knew people. Had friends in common. Anyway, as I said, there's Penny the poodle. And I made little bottles and a little lamp and a tiny clutch purse. And hung things on the wall. The bottom one is a button. The top one is a three-dimensional sticker from Dollar Tree, I believe, and I just framed it. A really old image here that I cut from a magazine. It's kind of discolored, but I still like it. And this was from a package of my daughter's. I think it was makeup brushes. She had it at Christmas, and so I took the packaging. A cake decorating topper there for the doll. Made little pillows. The bedspread still needs to be finished. It's just a handkerchief, but I really like the edging on it, so I put that there. Made a little knitting bowl. Just that. And there, a little better lighting. Some more bottles and free printable postcards found online. Again, old images cut from magazines. Now these birds at the back were actually, I think it was cigarette little cards that you got with cigarettes way back in like the 40s or 50s. So I have several of those and decided to start framing them and putting them in my house. And my light is just a hanging pendant light. I did that in the bathroom in Joni's bedroom. The bathroom, let's see, it's also just a nice little vintage set. It all came together. A little, let me see if I can do this with one hand, trying to hold another light here. It actually opens. And I thought that was cute. I made a mirror. This is actually just a, I think it was a jelly container from a restaurant. I cut it down, put a piece of silver paper over the front, and then I made these sconces for both sides out of various buttons and beads and earring backs and such. And this wallpaper again was free printables. They even have the tile, so I just did tile across here. And now we get to go into Joni's room. Now, Joni really loves the outdoors. She loves animals. So her room is done up with all her interests. And this one was, I think, Dorothy's room or someone's room way back in the day. Oh, this might have been Homer's room. Really haven't decided. Got to get their history straight. And you can see the baseball and glove and bat and hat and trains, because those were her dad's. I found them in the attic. And she has her collections, butterflies and seashells. And this is a Dollar Tree bed. It was the right scale. And I had to make this little bedside table. I had a drawer left over from something and just added some legs to it, turned it upside down. Anyway, that gives you the idea of their story a little bit and all the work I've been doing. The wallpapers came from Jennifer's Printables, I think it's what it's called. And these silhouettes I've had for, well, so many years, probably 40 years. And these I've cut from, I think I printed these off. Now this wallpaper is a Dollar Tree sticker. I mean, they're one of those great big vinyl sheets. So pretty. Anyway, thank you for coming for the tour. So glad you got to meet this family. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, have a great day. Bye and God bless.